It's a story you might not have heard about that could cause massive problems around the world. Financial advisor Dan Casey is with us tonight in Studio C to break down what this all could mean for us. And I said it could affect us in the grocery store because obviously everything that we get at the grocery store in the produce department is grown because of the fertilizer.
Yes.
What does this really mean? What is this? Break this down for us. How is this coming about?
Yeah, so you'd think that the largest disruption in the energy supply since the 1970s would be all about oil, but of course, no, it's shutting down the Strait of Hormuz, and it's causing fertilizer to not get through. A third of it goes through that strait. And that trickles down to, again, grocery prices. The low and medium income consumer just can't catch a break. As soon as something comes down, it seems like this starts to rear its ugly head and come up. And yeah, so it's a trickle-down effect. And not only is it the food that we eat, but the farmers are trying to grow corn to feed the cows. So if that's in short supply, even beef is going to go up.
You know, we always talk about whether you're Democrat or Republican, you want Americans, you want us to be as, you know, we want to sustain ourselves. We don't have to be so dependent. And so I guess the question I have for you is, you know, with this 35% of the urea, which goes into the fertilizer, and I think 20% of the phosphate, all of that goes through the Strait of Hormuz, so
yes,
we depend on that. But what about the fertilizer here at home? Why can't we use that?
Yeah, and we do have quite a bit of it. The problem is fertilizer is a global supply. It's based on global pricing, so we can't do it all here. And if to even start trying to make it, a plant alone costs $1 billion, not even to mention the requirements of to get something like that up and gone through all the state and regulatory bodies. But not only that, we did offshore quite a bit to Russia and China of our fertilizer, and we're not on the best of terms with them.
No, we're not.
They're hoarding it and not providing as much to us either. So it's going to be a problem and probably start to show it at the end of this year.
Okay, so I was going to say, let's talk about the timing here.
Yeah.
You're saying at the end of this year, so we got to get through the spring, the summer, and then as we head towards the fall and the winter, that's when we can start to see it. That's around the holiday times when people are going out and throwing big dinners
yes,
with their friends and family.
Yes.
So how much more will it actually cost?
So to kind of break it down, I kind of did the research on the top three. So beef. Back in 2020, it was about $4 a pound. It's projected to be about $8 a pound coming up. And not to sound too bougie, but I went to Kroger to buy a filet, and it was $23 for a 7-ounce filet. That's today.
But you're saying it's going to go to $8. It's going to double. It's going to double by the end of the year. Got it.
Is what it's projected. Bread, $1.35 about 5 years ago. Now it projected to be $2.75. A whole gallon of milk, $3.35, expected to be $4.75. So it's about $200 a year on average for the average consumer that it's going to increase. But if you're buying a lot of meat, milk, and bread, it's about $850.
Well, you just basically talked about the staples of any American household. I mean, those are the things. And the price of gas to get to the grocery store is already high because of the same war.
Right, exactly.
So it's in the best interest for this country, this president, to obviously do the things, whether you agree or not, with the things that he set out to do and finish it and end it. If the war does wrap up sooner in the next, let's say, 2 months, does that change the trajectory of everything?
So it's going to take a while. The experts say for every day that the strait was closed takes about a week to unwind. So you can see we're already into 2027 before we can get through this. So even if it opens up today, we're still going to have some significant problems.
All right, you sit down at the table at your office as a financial planner every day with folks going, all right, what do I do? So you're now sitting at a table with many more people on the other side of that camera who are saying, all right, Dan, what can I do? What can people do?
Yes. So stock up. So go to those big, you know, the Costco's and the like, and maybe stock up and buy a lot of the stuff now because it's almost guaranteed will be higher very, very soon by the time that the end of the year happens.
So when you're saying, like, literally go and find those things that you know you love and like, but some of those things are perishables that are tough to do. Yes. You're saying freeze the steak. Freeze the bread,
buy a freezer, but those prices have also gone up.
Yeah.
So
good luck getting that bigger freezer. It's going to cost you more to get the appliance.
Yeah, exactly.
And so in general, when you look at where we're headed right now, you know, people, they talk a lot about inflation. They talk about recessions. You know, this bubble is still keeping itself.
It is.
How much longer can this economy, do you think, sustain this type of pressure, both with consumers having to kind of roll back their spending and also spend more?
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely will be interesting because right now the economy, again, looks like it's stock market's all-time highs. The economy the GDP is the highest it's ever been, but it's not a consumer-driven economy right now. It is a capex economy, which basically means companies are spending a tremendous amount of money on AI, on the data distribution farms. It's amazing how much money they're spending, and that is what's driving our economy right now. So if that does end up not going the way a lot of these companies think, then we're going to have some issues. But that's what's driving our economy right now.
Now, you talk about AI. We just have been talking in the last 24 hours about CEOs like from Coca-Cola and Walmart who are essentially stepping down, and they're explicitly citing artificial intelligence as the reason, saying they need to make room for people and leaders who actually understand this technology and know where it's headed.
Yes, it's moving so fast, and it's literally driving this economy, and that's the reason why software stocks right now are getting slaughtered, because you can replace the software so easy. Claude can reprogram your software in a matter of hours.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you have the means, go spend your money locally if you can. Help those local businesses. Help, you know, if you live in Rochester, Plymouth, Birmingham, Detroit, wherever, go out there and spend your money if you can. Help your neighbors out. Dan Casey, yes. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you. We're turning now to a cannabis conversation after the break. You hear about this? President Trump is ready to reclassify the drug in a matter of days. We're talking with Frank Morrow with Greenhouse of Walled Lake about what this could mean. You're watching The Pulse on Fox 2.
Collection Show place.